I'm Kathy from Kathy's Chuckle Club. This week, join me on Fabulous Fun Friday did you know that a few years ago, there was a crime in Canada that was so uniquely Canadian that it caused ripples around the world? Join me to learn about the great Canadian maple syrup heist. Only in Canada. Just tapping trees. Here we are on location at the Tiffin Centre in Barrie. Today we're going to talk about the great Canadian maple syrup heist. Yes. Oh my gosh, did you know that Canada is the largest producer of liquid gold in the world? 80% of maple syrup is produced right here in Canada. And Quebec is the largest producer. So here we are at the Tiffin Centre in Barrie, and they have a wonderful, extensive liquid gold collection system. Did you know that maple syrup comes from sugar maples, red maples, black maples, and there's other maples too? And in the winter, the tree stores the starch, and then in winter, late winter, early spring, the sap starts flowing through the tree. It's the circulating fluid, kind of like our lymph. So you tap the trees. Remember the tap, tap, tapping? Tappity tapping on all the spots on our body? Yoop, you tap the trees too. And then the sap starts flowing. Yoop. And did you know that it takes 40 liters of sap to make 1 liter of maple syrup? No wonder it's so pricey and so revered around the world. That liquid sap, it's so delicious and yummy. Yum! Oh, and in Quebec, in the spring, early spring, they have these events called the Cabane à Sucre, which means sugar shack. Who remembers that song by Jimmy Gilmer and the Fireballs? Remember Sugar Shack? I'm gonna drink a lot of coffee and make some cash. And then that girl's gonna love me because I'm wearing some trash or something. Oh, remember that song? Sugar Shack! So at a Cabane à Sucre, what happens, they take all the sap, and then, they have the fire, and it takes a lot of resources. It's a lot of work. They boil the sap, boil, and toil and trouble. And then it turns into this thick, gooey syrup. And you know what happens then? It gets poured on snow. But be sure to pour it on the white snow, because you don't need the extra seasoning from the yellow stuff. And you make taffy. Can you imagine? Yum, yum. It's still hot, so when you pour the hot liquid on, the snow melts it, and it just becomes this gooey, delicious, sweet treat. Everybody loves it. It's a great family affair. Let's do some tree tapping activities. Here we go. Play along. Oh, and then be sure to get your bucket there. Look at this here. Here we are. Here's one of the buckets. Keep close. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Oh no, there's a moth in there. Look, there's a moth in here. I'm going to save the moth. Yes, I am going to stick my fingers in here. Here we go. Come on, buddy. Oh, saved your life from the sweet treat. There you go. Oh, it's sweet. But so the sap. Oh, don't want to step on him now that he saved his life. Now the flies are coming after me. Look at so these buckets, they fill up. Then they take these buckets, pour them into a big vat, and then so it's collected from all the trees. We'll see in a few minutes they've got other systems where they tap a bunch of trees, and then they have tubes, and then larger buckets. Oh, so great. Well, let's head on over there now. I'll see you soon. This is the coolest thing. Nature is so neat. You can see it's like the life fluid, the lifeblood of the tree. Oh my gosh, this is so neat. Look at the technology that we have. So just plastic tubes. They've tapped them just like with the bucket, but instead of a bucket, they've put these extensive, very extensive, it goes through the whole forest here at Tiffin Center. And how beautiful. And you can see, if you look closely, you can see the sap moving along. It's moving at a great rate. This is exciting. Wow. So if you ever park under a maple tree in the spring, you know it, because you get all those sappy things. Oh, let's do a breathing exercise, because we're right beside all these beautiful trees. So let's take in some of this wonderful oxygen. Okay, you ready? Let's do a nice tree breath. So breathe in. We're gonna just make it like as if we're a big tree. Here we go. Breathe in. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And release. Ah, thank you, Crow. That was beautiful. All right, let's breathe in again. Let's put our hands on our belly and do a bit of a zip up. Breathe in. And release. Ha! Woo! So beautiful. One more time. Here we go. Let's just, well, there's lots of leaves. Let's just rake some leaves. And then pick them up and throw them out over our head. Very good. Very good. Yay! Again. Very good. Very good. Yay! Who doesn't love maple syrup? You know, during that heist, I wanted to say they were so successful. What they did was they drilled the barrels and they siphoned off the liquid gold. Believe it or not, they siphoned off the liquid gold and shipped it. And they replaced the barrels with water or nothing. So when they went to get that delightful substance, oh, they're like, oh my gosh, the barrels are empty. What are we going to do? We've been robbed. There's been a crime, everybody. I'm laughing because I do laughter yoga, but it wasn't funny. People with their pancakes were like, what are we going to do? Around the world, there was a ripple of fear. Like, what do we do without our sweet liquid gold? All right, let's go see if we can find the cauldron where they brew up all this stuff. On the hunt for the cauldron. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. Oh my gosh, so this is the modern way. Look at this. This is called the evaporator. Oh yeah, to get rid of all that water vapor. Who wants that in their syrup? Oh, look at it, it's massive. And also with the fire, so you start the fire, put your sap in here, it heats up, and then whoop. I don't know how long it takes, but I must imagine it's much faster in the evaporator than in the black cauldrons that we'll experience, or the hollowed out log. Oh, how fun. Maple syrup. Youpee! Here I am at the top of the ladder. Okay, well, I'm going to move on to the next site. Here we go. Meet me over there. At these education centers, it's always amazing to me what I can learn. So what I came across here is another method, the First Nations method for making maple syrup. They hollow out a log, one of the maple logs, put in some hot rocks in the fire, put the sap in the hollowed out log with the sap in there, and then put the really hot rocks in there, which stay warm for a very long time, and then that will help evaporate the oil. I guess you would do a smaller amount, obviously. So beautiful. Yay! Always learning. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Yee-hee-hee-hee. Oh no, here we are. This is the kettles, the old-fashioned style kettles for boiling up the sap. So you have your fire underneath, your sap inside, the heat underneath, and it starts a bubbling. And then once the water gets evaporated enough, it gets thick, and then they can, well, it gets filtered to take out the impurities, and then it gets sold to the consumer and put on our pancakes. Yum! Or in your tea, or you can just eat it as it is. It's so delicious. Nature's sugary treat. Yum! Here we are at the Tiffin Center. How beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Fabulous Fun Friday. It was so much fun and a sweet treat in the end. We're going to get a jar. Youpee! Hip hip hooray! Thank you for tuning in again. If you haven't watched the other episodes, please watch them in any order. You can. What do they call it? When you watch them all in a row. You can watch them all in a row, watch them in order or any order, or watch the same one over and over. Up to you. Just watch them and play along for maximum benefits. Oh, I'm Kathy from Kathy's Chuckle Club. Thank you. Thank you.